and thought his hunting trip was legal and properly handled.
Well, Walter Palmer, the dentist from Minnesota, defends his actions. There has been a roar of outrage around the world over the lion's death.
If you're going to do something like that, be a man and actually go out into the wild where the animal has the chance to get some revenge against you.
It upsets me that people can be so stupid to take a life like that, whether it's human or not.
Jeff Flocken with the International Fund for Animal Welfare joins us now from Washington. Jeff, I think to most people it would seem kind of macabre that hunting down and killing an endangered animal is seen as a way to protect an endangered species.
You're absolutely right. Majority of Americans and people around the world don't want to see imperiled species killed for sport. It is counterintuitive, and in fact, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make economic sense, it doesn't make biological sense, and it certainly doesn't make ethical sense.
Isn't this whole system of legal trophy hunting open to corruption anyway? There's no guarantees that the huge license fees paid by people like Walt Palmer, the dentist from Minnesota, that the money even winds up where it's meant to go?
There are definitely many questions about that. And even if some of the money does end up going where it's supposed to go, is it really in meaningful amounts? Studies have shown that with these big lavish hunts, only 3 to 5% of the income from that hunt actually ends up for local people on the ground where the hunt happens. And there are much better ways to earn this kind of money. Revenue from nature tourism, where the animal is not killed, brings in 3 to 15 times what's brought in from these trophy hunts in Africa.
It has been banned in some countries in Africa. It is still legal in others. What will it take for something like this to be essentially outlawed everywhere?
Well, I think, first of all, this outcry really shows what people believe. And the more that these issues are looked at and the more that people talk about what's going on, it is hopefully going to be something of the past. One of the problems with the legality of it is that law sometimes takes a while to catch up with science. In 2011, the International Fund for Animal Welfare, along with Humane Society and Born Free, put in a petition, a technical petition based on the best available trade and science data, trying to get this species protected. It's been 3 years, and the U.S. government's still looking at that petition, trying to decide if it warrants protection. In the meantime, the species has declined. We know African lions are in trouble. They've declined over 60% in the last 3 decades. That's a very steep decline. And other species that are imperiled that we know, like elephants, like rhinos, and species we suspect are in trouble, like leopards and giraffe, are being hunted for trophies as well.
You know, Walt Palmer, the dentist from Minnesota who carried out this hunt, his defense, I guess, is that he thought it was all legal. He was relying on the guides. He thinks he hasn't done anything wrong here. It does, even so, seem just incredibly cruel the way this lion was killed, shot with a crossbow, left to stagger wounded for 40 hours, and then finally gunned down.
Absolutely. Just because it may have been legal does not make it right. All the reports that come back, if they're true, this was a horrible way for this iconic animal to die over a long period of time, wounded, and eventually hunted down and killed. This shouldn't have happened to any animal.
And now that Cecil is dead, I mean, what happens to his pride?
That's a great question. With lions, they have a complex social structure. Studies have shown that when the dominant male in a pride is taken out, it has a ripple effect, and other lion lives could be lost because the pride has come destabilized. So coalitions of stray males will try to take it over. When that happens, they can battle with the subadult males that are left in the pride, and males can be killed on either side. If they're successful, they could wipe out all the young sired by the previous dominant male, and the females in the pride could die trying to defend those young. This is a ripple effect. It's not just one lion that could be killed in a situation. It could be many.
We should note these trophy hunts happening all the time. This isn't a one-off. Jeff, thanks for speaking with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Meantime, in the United States, another